Hello and welcome. Today's live, I'm going to be showing you 3 cards using the same fold. It's a very simple fold, and using 3 different stamp sets with coordinating dies. So thanks for being here. Hello, Jocelyn. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So I'm really excited because every week it's a challenge to come up with something different and something that's fun, because it has to be fun, and to keep you guys excited too. So I found in the mail today a very sweet card that was sent to me, and it actually came today. So I'll tell you, I did put this together since this morning. So here we go. But it was a really cute fold and a very sweet birthday card. Tomorrow's my birthday. Woohoo! And one of my sweet customers sent it to me. So I will show you the fold because this is what we're going to be using today. She did use a card from our paper pumpkin kit from a while back. So here's the card that she sent me. And it has a really cute fold like that. So this is what I'm going to be using. And I loved the whole idea about it and the fold. Now this one, when it was designed from the paper pumpkin kit, is with a little bit longer piece of paper or cardstock than what I'll be using. Because our cardstock comes 8.5 by 11. So mine is 11 inches long by 4 1/4. But, our regular cardstock comes the 8.5 by 11. And then, of course, I just cut that in half. Let me see if I can turn this light on. There we go. I hope that helps. So I cut it in half. I'm using it 4 1/4 by 11 inches long. And I will show you the card I'm going to make. So I'm going to make one, just a fun, simple card. And then I'm going to show you 2 other ones that I made. I'll be using the Painted Poppies stamp set. And as you see, this one doesn't have any words with it. But this is one that's in our main catalog. And I've always loved this stamp set. So I pulled it off. I dusted it off. And I pulled it off the shelf. Because it's been here since last catalog. But I still love it. And I like pulling out the things that I have to use because they're still sitting here and I may as well use them, right? So I'm also using the Peaceful Moments stamp set so I can use the happy birthday and then one of the sayings inside. So this is the first one I'm going to use. And just so you know, there are 2 actual coordinating dies that went along with that whole Painted Poppies back in one of our catalogs, but everything is still available. And this is called the Painted Labels dies and the Poppy Moments dies. So these are what I'm going to be using on the card that I'm going to show you. So welcome. I'm super glad you're here and very excited to show you some fun little tips on this card. So I'm looking, oh, here it is. So I'm using our embossing folder that's called, I believe it's called Painted Textures, and I didn't write it down, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's one of our 3D folders, and all I did was, first of all, cut this from it's 4 1/4 by 11, so I cut the whole piece in half here, and actually it goes this way, and I scored it at 2 inches and 7.5 inches. So that's how I got my my score lines here. Sorry, there's a terrible shadow. I was trying to fix that. Hopefully it's not that bad for you guys. And then what I did was simply just put this in right up to the score line, ran it through my my die machine, and then I kept it in the same direction and just put this piece in and ran it through again. So I just ran it right up to my score lines, and then I have a nice piece to work with, and it's kind of easier that way. So let's move some of these things off to the side. I do have a website, candystampers.com, And I do have a helper that hopefully I'll get some things that are posted on time from now on. But thanks for hanging in there with me. I have a host code for this month, and let me just give a quick shout out that next month starts our celebration. Time out for a station identification and a quick announcement here. So the Stampin' Up! Mini catalogs are available now, and our celebration catalogs. And even though this is July to December, both of these start August the 3rd. So August the 3rd, they'll go live. They were due to start earlier, so these are the dates, August 3rd to September 30th. But due to so many shipment delays due to the coronavirus, everything was pushed back, and I'm really glad that they did that. But anyways, if you've ordered from me in the past and you would love a catalog, please let me know, and I'd be happy to send you one. And or if you want to order from me, I have the host code, and I'm happy to send you a catalog as well. So thanks again for joining me. Back to my card. So here we have the card. You will want to use a bone folder. I'm using our thick white cardstock, and I'll tell you what, it is great for base, the base of your card. It's really just so nice. It's not that our other cardstock's flimsy, it's just a lighter weight, and this one is definitely thick. So I love using it on my card base. It really does do a nice job. So what you want to do, because I ran this through the folder, I have to kind of hold on to it here. But I'm going to hold on to it and then get that score line so that they line up. Not the score line, but get the bone folder there so that I can burnish them so that they line up. One of them I did had quite a big gap, and it was just because I didn't use the little bone folder. So this really helped. So this looks really pretty together here. And again, this is your fold, super simple. And we're going to just do some cute, easy cards. I'm going to show you one and how to assemble it. And then I'm going to show you a couple other ones that I've already made for you. So again, we're going to use the poppies. And right here by my arm, I have some scrap paper. So I'm using the Poppy Parade cardstock along with our Poppy Parade ink because we're stamping poppies. So I thought, well, that would make sense. So let me grab that stamp. I'm also going to be doing using one of our leaves, I should say. So I'll put that there. Oops, that's not the right stamp. I want the bigger one. There we go. I used the full poppy flower, which was very pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and ink that up with the Poppy Parade ink. Give it some nice pressure. And it's just color on color. Very, very simple. The next thing I did was use the Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to stamp my leaves. Granny Apple Green. I do love this color. It's very bright and very cheerful. Both of these are very cheerful. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink up my leaves. I need 2 of them. And then I will close up my ink pad. You guys, this card is really very easy to do. And I think you can come up with tons of different ideas on how to use this fun little fold. All right, so next I will be running these through the my die cut machine, and then I will also die cut out this little piece. Well, I've already done this one, and this is one of the dies that are in. This one is the Painted Labels die, and I love this. Kind of like using a doily in the background, but I've already done that for you, so you don't have to wait on me. And I'll put that back. And I've actually already die cut out my other little elements that I wanted. So I stamped them, die cut them. These are all my pieces. And then this was one of the other pieces that is not going to show up because I have black. But it's It's actually in the Poppy Moments die. It's this little one here. So this is a funny story. This one can be the center of your flower. So I really like it. But if any of you are scrapbookers or you card makers, we were using this also for the little coronavirus splat. So if you have a good imagination, you just have to cut this out in red and you can make a fun like coronavirus card from the past, and some of those that you can maybe give to the nurse friends for thanking them, nurses and doctors and anybody in the medical field, to thank them for taking care of everybody during this crazy pandemic. So these are my elements that I need. I'm going to go ahead and just simply glue down my little flower center. I won't call it a splat. I'll call it my flower center, just because that's really what it is. So hopefully I didn't put on too much glue and it'll be all right. So I'll let that dry for a second. So this card is going to simply use the circle, and I am going to pop it up on here. But first I do want to stamp some words. So I'm using as I was saying, the peaceful moments, and I'm going to use the happy birthday on the circle here. There it is. Sometimes I can look at them and not really see it. Let me move my leaf off of there. And then I'm going to use my happy birthday. And I'll get that straight. And then I also have some words that are in there in that same stamp set. And that'll be on the inside, wishing you every happiness this special day will bring. So this is going to be a nice, easy birthday card. I'm using the black ink that's our Memento Tuxedo Black. So the difference with this ink pad is it has more of like a linen top to it. It's a harder stamp pad. Our other Stampin' Up stamp pads, some people have asked me the difference. These stamp pads are more like a foam. And when you're using these, our Stampin' Up classic ink pads, you really don't need a lot of pressure. You just need to tap it. Sometimes when you're using the black Memento pad, you do need to give it a little more pressure because it has, like I said, a linen look, and it's not foamy at all. So I do tend to give it a little more pressure when I'm inking that up. And then this I'm going to just simply stamp up to the top. Give myself a little room for my flower. Ooh, I love this font. So many things make me happy, but these fonts, you guys always hear me go on about the fonts, but that's a big part of our card, right? So you know what? While I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside. Let's do that before I have to put the ink pad away. So again, it's going to say, wishing you every happiness this special day will bring. So we're going to ink that up. And when I stamp, I always hold my stamp. I don't ever let it go. And then I just walk my fingers to the middle to give it some pressure. You don't want your stamp skipping across your card. So that's it. Very, very cute. Okay, very simple. So next I'm going to put the whole card together. And again, like I said, this is a very simple card. You guys are going to love it. So I would like to pop this up on the front, having a little bit of the circle. I'm not putting it in the middle. I want it off-centered. And so I'm going to just pick this up, and right about under the A here, I need to put my dimensionals. So about here and here, I'm going to make them in a triangle. That way I know they're not going to, it won't fall off. And I won't glue my card shut because that would be very comical, and I wasn't looking to do a comedy today. So I really do not want to glue my card shut. So I'm just going to do a simple triangle, kind of watch it's underneath the A. So that'll give me an idea of where I'm going to line it up. Ooh, perfect. See, it opens. I didn't glue it shut. The poppy flower, I'm going to just add a dimensional to the back side here. If you want, you can add adhesive right here to make sure it doesn't come off, but this dimensional will hold it. But first, before I do that, I have to get my leaves on here. And so I want to make sure my leaves are going to fit where my dimensional is. So if I do this and then that, let me make sure. Yeah. So I don't want my dimensional in the way of my leaves. So I was just double checking it, because those are going to get popped up also. So I'm going to just use one dimensional. You can, again, we can put a little glue up here just because that's going to rest right on that white circle part. So we'll put this up here like so. And now I can just pop up my leaves. So many different little elements you can use, circles or rectangles or all sorts of fun stuff. Show you a couple of them that I did in just a minute here. So these are just going to get popped up. A little bit of more color on here. Isn't that sweet? Look at how easy was that. Now the last thing I wanted to do was add in, what are these called? These are our matte black dots. And these are really cool. They're like a half a circle with the adhesive on the back. So they work really well. Of course, I don't have my tool here, but I'm going to just put on, I'm going to put on one of the larger ones. Some people have asked me about mailing, and sometimes you do have to be careful about mailing, because sometimes when we add these little extra elements, it might cost more, but I just get those yellow butterfly stamps and put it in the mail, say that's okay, send it to someone special. So here's the front of my card, you guys. Look at how easy. And now on the inside, we have wishing you every happiness this special day will bring. And if you'd like, you can always stamp, where's my poppy here? You can always stamp, let's stamp a flower inside because it looks like it needs just a little more color. We'll give it a pop of poppy. Oh, a little pop of poppy. Sweet. Love it. And then if you want, you can always add some of the green leaves, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just leave it like that. And hopefully you guys love that fold. And I cannot wait to see what other, or hear about you from what other projects that you may come up with. So I did 2 other cards. Let me show you what they are. This one I have to tell you, I kind of struggled with it, but I made it and I'm okay with it. So I used the garden wishes on the next card. I did use the little dandelions and some of the dies. These are really cool dies because most of these you can use without even stamping, just to get a little more texture on your card. But this one I used the wishing you all the best, and it's already made for you. Wishing you all the best. And then on the inside, I put made with love from a true friend. So here we go. I wanted to use, based on the original card I showed you that my friend sent, I wanted to use some pattern papers. So the colors are kind of funky, but I did it. I'm going to share it with you. So here we go. I used a little coral on one side and a little pear on the other, and then some crushed curry. I did stamp this on vanilla and popped it up, and then stamped a little bee and colored it in with the crushed curry little Stampin' Right marker. And on the inside, I stamped a little dandelion and then stamped my words in black. So this one was a little funky with the colors. I'm just so traditional with colors and the patterns and stuff, but I went for it and said, you know what? It's all about just showing you a whole new idea on a fold. So this is my little Garden Wishes one. And then the last one I'm going to show you, I'm very excited about because I bought this stamp set. I keep looking at it and I've been wanting to use it. So today I said, you know what? Let's just use it. So this is the Season's Blessing stamp set. It's one of our stamp sets in our current annual catalog, and it has a set of dies, and it can be a thankful, you can send it for like Thanksgiving, or if you just want to thank somebody, it's a get well card, and just a may your day be filled with good things and Season's Blessings. So it's in our seasonal, like the Christmas section in our annual catalog, but for some reason this just kept every time I'd look at it, I kept wanting to buy it. So I recently bought it, and I'm going to show you the last card here, and it's already made. So I'm just going to share it with you what I came up with. It is a Season's Blessings card. Before I start, I'm going to tell you I did use our 3D folder, and it looks like a brick wall. And to tell you truthfully, I don't remember the name, but we're going to call it brick wall. But I wanted you to see because I'm using it on the evergreen cardstock. So here's the evergreen cardstock. I'm going to tell you what colors I use before I flip the card over because I'm really excited about it. So I have our Sahara Sand, Real Red. This is all the inks that I used. Soft Succulent, and the Evening Evergreen. So these inks are what I use to create this card. I use the Evening Evergreen cardstock and the white cardstock. So pretty simple, but here we go. So this card has the little basket, and again, this is a die. So I stamped it in Sahara Sand, and here's the little basket. Stamped it in Sahara Sand, and then it's fun because you could just grab a piece of scrap white paper and do all of your stamping first, run over, die cut it all out, and then just start placing your elements where you want them. So I came up with the cute little poinsettia card in the basket, and I just cut out a little rectangle for it to go on top of it. Made it easy to just glue it all together. Season's Blessing stamped in the Real Red. And on the inside, I had cut out 2 of the poinsettias, so I just stamped the leaves in the evergreen ink and just glued this down flat on the inside. So now I have room to write. This stamp set only had the Season's Blessing sentiment, so I guess you could say, may your day be filled with good things, but I will probably use another sentiment for the inside. But anyway, so these are the cards that I wanted to show you for today. I had so much fun making them for you. This one is a bundle in our current catalog. It is still at a bundle price, so you save 10% if you purchase it as a bundle. And the other 2, I don't think they're bundled right now. But I know all of the dies and stamps are still available. So I'm so excited you guys were here today. Let me go ahead and bring out my other cards that I had made. Well, my poppy card. And I'll kind of bury that one. No, just kidding. But thanks for joining me today. One more thing. We are having a designer series paper sale right now. Stampin' Up has offered it. It's on just certain designer series paper packs. But I am offering any of them. You can get the discount from me if you purchase from me. And there was one more thing that I saw that I wanted to tell you. What was that? That I do have the catalogs available, the new ones. And if you even need a current regular catalog, please let me know. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. If you're in Ohio, starting August 6th through the 8th, there is a tax-free day that the state does. So when people are going back to school, when the kids are going back to school or colleges, we have several of our Stampin' Up products that are like the Stampin' Up markers, the blends, our adhesives. Many of our adhesives, might even be all of them. I have a list, and I will be sending out an email. If you're on my email list, you will get that list as well of everything that is included. And there are other states that do the tax-free day as well. And that will be on that little, I think it's an Excel spreadsheet or a PDF, but I will be embedding that into my email, and I'll be getting that out to you today. that is my plan. So thank you so much for joining me. But that's what I wanted to tell you. Designer Series paper sale. In Ohio, the tax-free day is the 6th through the 8th of August. Celebration and our holiday mini all start August 3rd. So you guys, there's so much fun stuff coming up. So join me again next week, which will be July 28th, for another fun round of Stampin' Fun, 411 and Stampin' Fun. So thanks again, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my cards. I love this fold, and I hope you go out and enjoy and make some fun folds for yourself today. Have a great week. See you next week. Talk to you soon. Bye.